Alright guys, hey, this is going to be the second video in my rifles for W.R.L. Series that I started. The first one was kind of the starter philosophy that showed that even though I'm just talking about rifles, every rifle that I plan on running has a handgun setup that goes with it, or will have a handgun setup that goes with it as soon as money allows. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is magazines, and not necessarily what is the best magazine to run. Too many videos on that already. You can find out everybody's thoughts, opinions, facts, whatever you're looking for on those pretty easily. And that'll give you a pretty good idea, get you started on that, but make your own decision. But what I wanted to show was for me and my guys how we are running our mags. So I have a crew of guys. We're growing and doing stuff. We're learning and training together, but we plan on, if anything ever goes sideways, we'd work together. So for on that thought process, we have ammo requirements, we have guns, magazines, and all that kind of different stuff requirements. Uh, Acceptable guns, acceptable calibers, all that kind of thing. And for the ARs, we have two acceptable calibers. That's the 5.56 223 and the 300 Blackout. So the reason we went with these two calibers is they're very common and very easy to get a hold of a reliable setup in those platforms. I'm sure you can find a reliable setup in just about any caliber you want, but these are the two that, from my experience, from my research and everything like that, and I'm the one in charge of the weapons for our group, these are the ones that I find that I trust my life and my friends' lives to the most. So you can see there's two different types of mags on the ground in front of you. There's the P mag and there are two GI style mags. And you also notice that the GI style mags have gaffer's tape wrapped around them. I'll bring one of them up here closer so you can see. Yep, too close. There we go. So yeah, just gaffer's tape wrapped around it. And I did this so that whenever I would take them to the range or anything like that, I could always tell my mags apart a little bit easier from everybody else's, as well as for the other reason of identifying caliber. So all of my 300 Blackout, you can see that I got two different types of ammo on that one, and then just one kind of ammo on this one. But all of my 300 Blackout is in GI mags, and all of my 5.56 and my buddy's 5.56 is either in a P mag, Lancer mags, Mission First mags, some form of polymer mag. I do like polymer mags a little bit better than the GI mags, not necessarily for the feed lip reliability or anything like that, but just because of the way they feel, and honestly, the way they look in a gun, I think they look really cool, but the GI mags look awesome as well. But that's one of the reasons I say find your own opinion, find what works for you, and run with that for your guns. But the reason I have them separated like this, and even one of my guys was like, well, I want to get some GI mags for the 5.56, and since the requirement and the standard had already been set to run polymer mags in 5.56, I told him he could not do that. He asked me why, and I explained to him why we do that. And the reason we do that is so that even just by picking this up and feeling, I can feel that that's metal. So I can feel metal and go, okay, that does not go in my 5.56. And that's to keep this round from winding up in the much smaller chamber of a 5.56 gun. So it's just one of those things to add another layer of safety to our weapons handling and our training. And even if we were to actually use this stuff in an actual real life situation, if everything were to all of a sudden go to crap, and that's what we had to do, just to help make it that much easier to feel, because I can feel this and I feel gaffer's tape. Like, okay, I know that's not for the 5.56. I can feel that. That's metal. I know that's not for a 5.56. Feel this. All right, that's no 300 Blackout. This is 5.56. Yank it up into a gun. So even if if for some reason I'm not looking at it, I can't see it, whatever, I can feel, I can hear. There's a difference here. Something ain't right. This doesn't go there. That kind of thing, just to kind of make things a little bit simpler, a little bit easier for everybody, and keep everybody on the same page. If you have a group, I do recommend that you all come up with some form of weapon standardization protocols. My crew, we have guns, knives, we have handguns, long guns, knives. I think we even have a bow staff section, stuff like that, because we have martial artists, very skilled martial artists on our team that's helping everybody get ready to use blunt objects, anything like that, more efficiently. But we have requirements for all that stuff, for folding knives, fixed blades, all that kind of stuff for your gear. And the reason we did that isn't to try to control what people buy, but to make sure that the people that don't know as much as some of the other ones in the group about guns and knives and all that kind of stuff still get a good weapon, as well as being able to share magazines and share ammo in a WROL situation, where we can't just go down to the store and buy more mags or buy more ammo or something like that. So our handguns all are 9 millimeters. Our long guns, if you're running an AR, you are either running a 300 Blackout or a 5.56. Make it easier to keep ammo. Right now, everybody's running 5.56s. I'm the only one with a 300 Blackout. So my primary is my 5.56 gun that I just built out. So yeah, and then for you, we also have the option for the AK. Right now, the only AK caliber that we are accepting is the 7.62 by 39. Not because it's superior to the 5.45, but because we're all on pretty significant budgets, and guns and parts for the 7.62 by 39 are a lot cheaper. Magazines are cheaper. Everything's easier to get a hold of without sacrificing quality. So it's easier to get a good 5.56 AK than it is an AK-74. So we do have plans to include the 74 because I really do like the gun and the cartridge. Right now, we also don't accept 5.56 AKs. Um, Not because they're bad guns; they're really interesting guns and pretty good guns from everything I can see, but because of magazines and parts commonality, it's just not there. And I also know that most of the guys in our crew aren't going to spend the money to get something like that. Now, they might buy an AK-74, which is why we're looking to add that one to the list of accepted guns. But that's why we have magazine requirements and standards and all this kind of stuff. And it sounds very militant, and it kind of is, and there's a reason for that. It's to keep everybody safe. And so in a bad situation, when adrenaline's high and things are going really sideways, and we got people to take care of that we care about and we can't let down because we're the only ones there to protect them, or we have to get to them to make sure everybody's okay, something like that, and somebody goes to hand you a magazine, that way you know that you know what caliber you got in your hand. You can feel and you can look and make sure, all right, that is this. And it might change. When we actually get in that situation, we might have to drop that. But as of right now, that's our training protocol. That's our protocol to run with. So yeah, just wanted to put this out there, kind of encourage everybody. If you have a group of guys that you plan on working with in a WROL or SHTF or some kind of scenario like that, or even if it's just a tornado comes through and you have to provide security for your neighborhood until things go back to normal, or until the authorities can get there and establish their own security for it, which honestly I don't really believe in. I believe it's your responsibility to protect your neighbors and your property and all that kind of stuff. But that's neither here nor there at this moment. But yeah, so if you have a group of guys you're working with, I believe y'all should sit down, have that conversation. And if you're the guy in that group that knows weapons the best, you should strongly encourage them to standardize. One of my buddies in this group, he loves the 40. But because of the price of the 40 and the availability and other issues with that, we have gone with the 9 millimeter. And everybody's okay with that. We understand that. And we understand you're going to have guns that are, because we're all gun guys, we're going to have guns that aren't in the accepted calibers and stuff like that, but we are requiring everybody in the group to have at least one gun and 1,000 rounds of ammunition for that gun in the accepted calibers. That way we can still be self-sufficient. If you have other stuff, great, bring it along. We will use whatever we can get our hands on. But the standard is for long guns, either 5.56 or 300 Blackout on the AR platform, or 7.62 by 39 in the AK platform. And we are building in some other requirements and things, but that's a video for another day. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.